Namaste. Welcome to the second day of the conference on Hinduism and environmentalism. Yesterday was a very enriching experience, a very highly learning experience for all. Wonderful papers we had, and we are going to continue today. We are going to have sessions on temple culture, Vedas and Agamas, and yoga. Today, we are going to continue a session with Poonam Kakodkar ji, who lives in United States. For her time zone, we had to bring her to the second day, and today we are going to start with her. Poonam Kakodkar ji is going to speak on the environmentalist aspects of Dharma and how to instill them among the next generation. Thank you. Poonam ji.
Namaste. How Hindu Dharma can introduce environmentalism to the next generation? That's my topic. I'm Poonam Kakodkar. I was inspired by my sister Deepa to participate in this conference. She passed away on Monday this week. I dedicate this paper to her. Thank you Nagaraj ji, Srinivas ji and Indica Academy for this wonderful opportunity to present this paper. Hindu Dharma is meant for the well-being of all creatures, hence that by which the welfare of all living creatures is sustained. That for sure is Dharma, says the Mahabharata. Nature has been treated as a friend, as revered as a mother, obeyed as a father, and nurtured as a child. It is sacred, as human beings are dependent on it, and due to this, everything is sanctified, including man and various aspects of nature, like droughts, landslides, earthquakes, and storms. These are believed to be manifestations or expressions of the gods. Yet over the centuries, human beings have greatly lost their connection with the environment. They do not acknowledge their dependence on it anymore. The Hindu Dharma is in a unique position to respond to contemporary concerns like deforestation, intensive farming of animals, global warming, and climate change. In this paper, I'm exploring how the Hindu Dharma can introduce environmentalism to the next generation and create eco-conscious children who will want to live in harmony with nature and respect it. Anthropocentrism is the belief that humans are superior beings on Earth or in the universe. And this view is seen in many Western religions and cultures and has also had a major influence in the education that children receive. They are taught that the environment and other living creatures are resources for their benefit. Ecological literacy refers to the conscious awareness and understanding of the relationships among people, other organisms, and the environment in which they live. Ecocentricism is the study of the relationship between literature and the physical environment, and ecocentricism takes an earth-centered approach to literary studies. Yet, there has not been any specific undertaking on the ecological aspect of children and young adult literature, which is a new and exciting field of study. The Hindu Dharma can create awareness about concepts like life support systems, biodiversity, and sustainable development, environmental ethical values and dilemmas, conservation of animals and natural resources, environmental sustainability, environmental consciousness, the respect for life and landscape, global environmental citizenship, and the adoption of an eco-friendly culture, which is an intrinsic part of the Hindu Dharma. An interesting example of how Dharma has played a role in educating children in environmentalism is from the country Taiwan. In Taiwan, 1/3 of the population is Buddhist, and Buddhist religious groups have leveraged Buddhism for children to create a concern for the environment. Picture books on this topic take two approaches. In one, bodhisattvas, wise and powerful, supernatural beings that can appear in the world to help human beings, or they offer environmental education in the context of a broader Buddhist education. They use stories about plants and animals to teach children about such things as the life cycle of coal and the symbiotic relationships between animals such as rhinoceros and oxpeckers, popularly thought to eat ticks, though the reality is much more complex. Children learn about biology and living beings are interconnected. This lends itself to thinking holistically about the environment, and these stories often prompt children to look at the world from the perspective
Poonamji,
of other living beings.
Poonamji,
Yes.
are you trying to change the slide or is it remaining the same?
Oh, sorry. One second. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I will speak. I'm just, the slides are just more of my background. I'm not exactly going in this thing of the slides. Yeah. In the book, Samanta Bhadra, Bodhisattva's Great Battle Against the Trash Monster, published by the Buddhist organization Dharma Drum Mountain, the first page of the story introduces a bodhisattva who wants to transform the polluted world into one that is pure. This bodhisattva meets a boy who says he has nightmares about a monster made of trash. As it turns out, the monster has been appearing because the boy's room is a messy mountain of garbage. When he cleans it up, the bodhisattva prompts him properly to sort everything that he throws away, reflecting real practices. Then the little boy decides to become a little pioneer of world environmentalism and accompanies the bodhisattva in cleaning up parks and beaches. In this story, the little boy's concerns grow from his own room to the bigger world, with the bodhisattva modeling compassionate action. Historically, bodhisattvas have been invoked to help people in times of extreme need, such as a storm at sea, and the intervening for the good of the environment updates their roles for contemporary times. In this case, they have used Buddhism as central to the story, and cleaning polluted spaces becomes a metaphor for spiritual purification. The readers look to bodhisattvas or Buddha as a guide and is inspired to take action. The book Record of the Wanderings of Plastic Bag present other perspectives. A plastic bag starts out as a plaything for a baby, then becomes a place for a cat to nap, and so on. The bag is used as a character in the hope of stimulating children's compassion, leading them to cherish the objects they use. Cherishing leads to a deeper understanding of environmentalism. Young readers are prompted to take the perspectives of these non-human characters, changing how they think about the world and their own actions. This connects to the Buddhist teachings of karma and reincarnation, which means that every intentional action has a consequence. By showing children that they have a responsibility in caring for the environment, these books work to produce what sociologist Benj Larson has called in a 2012 paper, ecological selves. Hindu Dharma can introduce children to environmentalism through educational courses, digital storytelling, interactive games, animated films, songs, etc. The Panchatantra, stories of yakshas, stories of yakshinis, etc., can be retold in a contemporary context. Digital storytelling has been found to be a valuable tool to encourage students to engage in discussion, participate in instruction, and support the comprehension of content. Young children construct knowledge of their world through the stories they hear and participate with. According to brain research, storytelling engages areas of the brain related to cognitive control, as researched by Lene et al. In 2015, emotion, as researched by Sue et al. In 2015, empathy, as researched by Brink et al. In 2011, and social norms, as researched by Berthos et al. In 2002. Stories create an opportunity to help students comprehend and emote while connecting new knowledge with lived experience and weaving it into existing narratives of meaning. In moving from storytelling to digital storytelling, there is one key difference between digital storytelling and traditional storytelling. Digital storytelling combines a mixture of graphics, text, recorded narration, video, and music to present information on a specific topic through the use of technology. Although studies on the long-term effects of children's literature are limited, there's some evidence that this approach is effective in fostering concern and care for environmental issues. A study in Australia found that anthropomorphism, which attributes human traits to animals and things, increased children's concern for parts of the environment, as did their emotional investment in stories. That is, certain types of books do seem to change children's attitude. I would like to end this presentation with a sukta from the Atharva Veda with a quote. O Mother Earth, you are the universe and we are but your children. Grant us the ability to overcome our differences and live peacefully and in harmony, and let us be cordial and gracious in our relationship with other beings and nature. Thank you.
Yeah, this was a good paper with activity-oriented discussion. What to do than what is there already in the text. What to do, how to go about, particularly with the next generation. Actually, yesterday, Dr. Prasanna Kumar ji was mentioning about an intergenerational equity, an intergenerational equality. In environmental studies, in environmentalism, this becomes very important because most of that we are doing in environmentalism is for the next generation. It is they who have to take care of their future. Thank you very much, Poonam ji, for this wonderful paper. Are there any questions?
Dr. Paturi, good morning, if I may. Jagriti here.
Yeah, Jagriti ji. Yeah.
Ma'am, excellent presentation in a very, concise way. My question is that we happen to be the country where Buddhism originated. So what are we doing, for our children, the way the people in Taiwan are doing to, make them conscious about environmental awareness? Because we have the very rich repertoire of the Jataka tales and all other Buddhist stories, in Pali and all these languages. Ma'am, please, if you may.
Jagriti ji, Poonam ji lives in United States, and she cannot. She's not the one who has to answer what we are doing for the children. Dr. Prasanna Kumar ji is actually graciously, kindly, he is attending the session. He might give us some ideas about how National Green Corps, in which he was working earlier, which he was in fact leading earlier, and other organizations are working for instilling environmentalist understanding in the next generation. Over to you, Prasanna Kumar ji.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Nagaraj ji, and my friends here. Actually, I am an intruder into the program. So nevertheless, since I know a little bit, not much, yeah, in terms of getting the Buddhist literature or Jatakas into the environmental education, I think very little is done or almost nothing is done. Maybe I need to check with the Sikkim and the Ladakh areas if they have some aspects of this in their curriculum. But as far as the mainstream curriculum is concerned, whether it is NCERT or state councils in several of the states, we do not have a integration of Buddhist literature based or Buddhist teaching based environmental content in the text or in the activities. I'm very glad to know about the aspects. Actually, I am also unaware of 100% of whatever you said. So I would like to learn from you more, and I would like to take it from you to the schools and colleges in the country. I have a very active link with an active group apart from the activist group. So the active group of schools in Telangana and of course to some extent in Andhra, I can share this, whatever you have shared. Probably if you can share your PPT, I will make it into a small booklet which can which can be of use for the students when they are actually doing the work or when the teachers are transacting the subject. Second thing is, yeah, I handle presently colleges, not the schools, but I handle teacher education. So in teacher education also, I can share this, especially in those areas or for those people who are interested in that. So I am keen, as Dr. Nagaraj mentioned, it is very important to put all jnana and bhakti into karma. Otherwise, it will be nice to do on the platforms like the academic platforms, but not in the real life. It doesn't actually go to the real life. So thank you very much. I'm really thrilled to listen to you, and I will certainly share whatever learning I have from this excellent interaction that I'm having in these 2 days, which Dr. Nagaraj was kind enough to actually call me and invite me to be here. Thank you again.
Thank
Now,
you,
National
Prasanna Kumarji. Poonamji, do you want to say something?
Yeah, just a word actually. I want to thank Jagriti ji for raising that question. I think it's a very relevant question, and for Prasanna ji's response. In my paper, how I wanted to present it is that we have an opportunity today to do a lot more in terms of helping the next generation understand how they can do perhaps what has not been done earlier. So I think the Hindu Dharma is so rich with so much literature, with so much learning, the ethical values, the natural laws which are there, can all be very beautifully leveraging technology, be actually presented to the generations ahead. So I see it more as an opportunity of learning to take this forward. I'm myself doing right now a doctorate in learning and instruction, and right now just started with digital storytelling. So I see it as an opportunity. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Thank you.